Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In case this is your first time here, my name is Taz Shiko. You are so very much welcome. Please hit that subscribe button, it's free of charge, and also turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video. I always upload a couple of videos every week, so please subscribe to my channel. It's free of charge, you won't get charged anything. So on today's video, I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on this makeup look, and can you believe it if I tell you, if you exclude the eyeshadow that I used, the makeup that I used on this video, everything is just 1,000 bob, 1,000 Kenyan shillings. I know it's looking so good to be 1,000 bob, but can you believe it that it's just 1,000 bob? So on today's video, I'm going to be giving you a tutorial on this makeup look. I know you will love it. So far I'm loving the makeup, and I will give you a few tips if you're going to be using makeup from Dubois. So I'll give you a few tips on what to watch out and how to actually do your makeup so that you can make it look flawless, like you can see mine is looking. I'm so obsessed, so please watch this video till the end, and I assure you, you will learn a lot from this video. So without any further ado, let's slide, jump, or walk into the video.
My before face, I used a woman eyebrow pencil in the number 1, and you can see I have some texture. Yes guys, so I'm going to first off use this Milani concealer, and this concealer is very thick, so I would advise, if you're going to be using this concealer, just apply it on the back of your palm to allow it to actually warm up a little bit, and then now you can apply it. So I'm going to use this fluffy brush to actually blend that concealer in, and then I'm going to be using this shade from this eyeshadow palette, which I actually showed you on the haul that I recently did from Dubois. So if you would like to know the prices, you can just check from that video. And guys, the first transitioning shade that you use, it must be matte. It must be matte. If you don't know a difference between the mattes and shimmers, I have a video very detailed on the shimmers and mattes, so you can actually check it out. So I'm just using this matte, and I'm using it from my crease going all the way close to my brow bone. Next, I'm going to be using this shade, and I'm going to use this shade around my crease area to darken it or deepen it. And I'm using a small brush for the application. And then after that, I'm now going to use a fluffy brush to actually blend in that shade. Next, I'm going to draw a cut crease. I'm still using the same concealer that I told you. That is the Milani concealer, and a flat brush. So when you're drawing your cut crease, your brush must be a flat brush. You can't use a fluffy brush to actually draw a cut crease. No, it won't look neat. So always use a flat brush to actually draw your cut crease. And always take your time with the makeup, with the blending. Take your time. So next, I'm going to apply this shade from the same eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to apply it exactly where I drew my cut crease. So I'm just going to place it exactly where I drew my cut crease. That's just where I'm going to place this shade. So today's look, I'm only going to be using matte, and if you want a video that I'll be using shimmers, you can just tell me and I'll actually do it for you guys. So I'm just going to be using matte on this video. So one thing about this palette is the shade, how it looks, it's actually a little bit lighter than how it looks. So next I'm going to be using that shade. And oh my god, it's just looking so nice. I'm so in love with this shade. It's just looking so beautiful. So from the palette, you can see it doesn't look as light as how it looks when you apply it. So guys, if you're going to buy this palette, just take that in mind, keep that in mind. It just looks, the shade that you see is a little bit lighter, like a shade or two lighter than how you see it on the palette. So I'm just applying this brown shade. This is the same brown shade that I used around my crease area to deepen it, and I'm just blending now, blending everything together. And then now I'm going to do my eyeliner, and for eyeliner I'm using this eyeliner, and I'm just going to apply it around my lash line. This is very easy. I just apply the eyeliner from the inner corner going to the outer corner, and I raise my eyebrows a little bit so that even if I have a lot of skin around my lash line area, it won't look like I have batches of spaces left. And then after that, I'm just going to ensure that the eyeliner is well done. And then this space that's in between the two, the upper lid and the lower lid, I just draw a line because I'm going for a wing eye, not an exaggerated wing eye, just a wing eye, a simple wing eye. And I extend it. This is super easy. This is super easy. So then I'm going to apply these falsies, also from Dubois, and I place them at the middle part, and then I go at the outer corner, the outermost corner, I press it in, and I go pressing it in all the way to the inner corner. This is just so very easy. I know eyelashes at times can be very challenging to apply, but while you use this procedure, it's very easy. So then after that, I'm going to curl them using this lash color. So next, I'm going to be using this NYX foundation, and this foundation is just making me look so shiny. Like, look at that. I have a very oily skin, and just using this foundation is just making me even 2 times more oily. So if you have an oily skin, this might not be the best foundation for you, but we'll fix that. So next, I'm just going to highlight, and I'm using the same Milani concealer that I was actually using before. So I'm just highlighting the areas that I need to be highlighted. And then after that, next I'm just going to blend in that concealer. And for a lack of a better word, this foundation is just swallowing that concealer. It is swallowing that concealer. So I'm just going to blend. Take your time with blending, especially if you're a beginner. Always take your time with blending, because blending just can make your makeup just move from level 0 to level 100. Yes, guys. So just blend. Take your time with blending. Don't be fooled by the videos that you watch and see it has taken only 1 minute. It takes much longer than that. It's just editing, guys. So I'm going to reapply the concealer, because as I've told you, this foundation is swallowing, for a lack of a better word. It's just swallowing that concealer. So I'm just going to reapply. And then I'm just now going to blend in that concealer. Blend. And don't apply too much product, guys. Don't apply too much product. It will give you a hard time with blending. Yes, you might end up having harsh lines. So don't use a lot of product. Just use a little, very little product. And one thing I have to say about the foundation that I used, it has a very good coverage. Like, the coverage is so nice. You can see I had a lot of dark spots, and I also have texture right now, and you can see it has covered the dark spots. It has really covered the dark spot, and this is where the magic happens. I'm going to be using that shade, and this is from a contour palette, that contour palette that I also got from Dubois. I also have a video showing you how much money I got it at, so please watch that video. And I'm now going to set the highlighted areas everywhere where I used concealer to actually highlight. I'm just going to be using that setting powder or that contour palette to actually set it. And oh my god, I'm just in love with how this is looking. Initially I was looking very shiny, and you can actually see the areas where I have not set are looking very shiny, but when I set them, it's just looking super amazing. So I'm just so much in love with these. So I'm just going to continue setting the highlighted areas. And oh my god, I'm just in love with this, because I don't love my face looking dewy. I love my face looking matte, like super matte, because I know myself. I know I have an oily skin, so I'm used to looking dewy. So when I have makeup on, I love looking matte, like I don't have any oils on me. So I just love looking really matte. And this powder, this contour palette didn't come to play. It's just making everything look super nice, and I'm so much in love with it. So I'm just going to continue setting the areas where I had highlighted using a concealer. Using the same contour palette, I'm going to be using these darkest shades, and I'm just going to contour my face and just structure it. I love my face looking a little bit smaller, so I'm just going to achieve that using this contour palette. And I'm just using that darkest shade. And for me to actually look like I have a smaller face, I love going all the way up with my contour, so that I can achieve that small looking face, or much more smaller looking face compared to how normally I am. Using that same beauty blender, I'm just going to blend in those two shades, the contour and the highlighter, and I'm going to blend them so that I don't look like I have any harsh lines on. So I'm just going to take my time with blending. And as I told you guys, I always push in, especially with these Me2 products. Just push in that product. You don't want to drag it, because you don't want to move it from one place to the other. Yes, so just dab it in, press it in, so that it just blends well. And my eyebrows were a little bit undone, so I ended up reapplying them, not actually reapplying them, but refilling them in. And this is the eyebrow pencil that I'm using. This is a woman eyebrow pencil. I know it's so tiny, because I've used it a lot, and I'm in love with the eyebrows. Today I was going for darker eyebrows, and then after that I'm going to reverse contour, and I'm using the same shade that I used to set the highlighted areas from that contour palette that I was using. So I'm just going to use it to reverse contour. And as I told you guys, you press in that product, press it in, don't drag, because if you drag, you're moving your product from one place to another. I won't tire to tell you this. Just press it in, and you can see a huge difference between this side and the other side. Yes, guys. So this side is looking a little bit more smaller compared to the other one. So I'm just pressing it in that product, and you can see I have structure. So it's very hard to actually hide structure with makeup. Yes, but with the dark spots it's just very easy, but with the structure, oh, it's very, very hard. It will still be visible even with your makeup on. So I'm working on my skin because where it's going through a hard time, and it's because I stopped using the products that I was using, so I'm now back on using them. I'm going to be using this to contour my nose, and I'm going to be using this brush too. And this is just so very easy. This brush just makes it so very easy. I found it so very easy to actually contour my nose using this brush and this contour palette. And if you want your brows to look longer, you start slightly below your eyebrows, going all the way to the tip of your nose. And then again, guys, if you want your nose to look super, super, super tiny, you just make the two lines come closer together. But if you don't want that, I didn't want my nose to look like super, super, super small. So I made the lines to be a little bit thicker, far apart, so that it would look a little bit thicker and not like super, 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 super tiny. I love my nose looking a little bit longer, so I'm just pulling that product from my eyebrows, below my eyebrows, going all the way to the tip of my nose. Time now for the lips. I'm going to first clean them up. I had gloss on, so I had to clean them up, and I'm going to be using these two lippies. So I zoomed in this video for you to see the application. And I have come to love using a brush to actually apply my lipstick, because I don't need to actually go in again with a concealer or a foundation to clean the lips up. So I've just come to love this technique of application. So next I'm going to be using this other shade and create an ombre. So today's ombre is not like the ombres that I'm used to. So it's just an ombre that's just super simple, super easy. and it doesn't look like I have like a lot of shades on, because the other ombres that I do, you can see I have a lot of shades on. So next I'm just going to apply eyeshadow on my under eyes, and this is just to make my eyes look a little bit bigger, because I have very tiny eyes, so I just love to make them look a little bit bigger compared to how they naturally are. So I'm just applying this shade around my under eyes. And this is the final look, guys. So I have to tell you, the foundation is just not good for someone who has an oily face, because the oils just keeps on seeping through, but the look is just bomb. It's just looking so good.
So that's just the whole tutorial. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.